what I'll do here is I'll just break this bottom piece. See that?
Very nice.
This way the roots can come right through. You see that?
Got him.
These here are raspberries. So, and they come from our friends over at the Home Depot. And they're easy to plant. See, I come right through here and just pick these all up, man.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and fit this into place right now.
You just
go ahead,
lay it on.
So I'm cutting all of these little holes out where I want to put my raspberry bushes. Look at that, huh? Full root and everything.
Nice job, Yohan.
Yeah, man. They're all part of the family now. Especially Queenie. She just loves life.
Iguana people.
Hey y'all, just a little quick note before we start this video. Seems Yohan wants to share one of his favorite dishes that he made with the broccoli sprouts he be growing outside. Let's see what he be eating. I know he grabbed a jar of pickles.
So what's up, guys? As you can see, if you remember all of those sprouts, you see that picture up there? Well, that's sprouts. I'm making an awesome salad with it. See, I also add some of these fire and ice pickles. These are really good, guys. Somebody locally from where we live has this. I guess this is her here. Jeans and jellies and jams, and they are at 1400 Southwest Connors Highway, Okeechobee, Florida. And these guys they got the best. These pickles, man, they're like a bread and butter in heat. But I just take this stuff and I mix up these sprouts. And I add my favorite dressing, ranch dressing. Real healthy, guys. And these sprouts, they help kill cancer cells, guys. So be sure to watch this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I just wanted to share this little thought with you guys. Have a great day.
Welcome to the newest video from the Iguana people. Today they's at base camp once again tending to today's garden box. Yohan has some raspberries that'll be putting in it. It gonna be amazing. Let's see how he plants it. But first, let's go see the new tree he bought at Home Depot. I can't wait.
So we picked up this avocado tree today from no other place but the Home Depot. And this tree survived their freeze. And I'm really happy to say that whoever actually originated this plant did a very good job. Look at this here. This is starting to bud. They grafted this all nicely here. And look at this, guys. They grafted this so nicely that it's actually starting to produce. Look at that right there. Whoever grafted this knew what they were doing. So I cannot wait to get this in the ground. But I'm gonna wait until after this weekend before I go ahead and attempt to plant it, because we're actually even calling for 36 degrees. So I'm not gonna do it. The ones I got out there now are okay, but I don't want a chance putting this in the ground yet. Maybe until after a week. We're going to set the raspberries in next. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut away what I don't need as far as this weed barrier. And I put this down. I'll put this down so I don't have to worry about the weeds coming through. And it makes it a lot easier to work on in the grow bed. You don't have to strain with all of the crap, all of the weeds, all of that, you know.
Very nice.
And I had this extra stuff laying around from when I went ahead and did this. You know, I put the weeds down. So we'll see how this cuts. The scissors kind of suck butt. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head and I'm gonna line this stuff up because I want to be able to have a weed-free box. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and fit this into place right now.
You just
go ahead,
lay it on.
lay it in, put this like so, tuck it all up in here. And the whole idea is to not have anything show so the weeds don't come through. I'm gonna go on this side here and I'm gonna pull what I can do to get it even like. You know, you have to, I just put these in here for now to kind of save them because they got I had a lot of problems here with that freeze. So I'm gonna just line this up the best way I could. This way I can start to commence to tuck it all in and then put it down so we can put our raspberries in. Best thing you want to do is when you have gardens like this is to have production. You want to have something that's going to produce your food now. You know, you can have ornamental stuff, but I would rather have a food product so I can eat it. You know, or if one of the people at the local restaurants wants something fresh, they can have it. They can come here and pick it. So it's one of the things that I'm doing, and I'm going to try and keep it consistently done one way. Come around this side.
One way.
One way. One way. Look at that. We're not talking about any nicknames or anything like that. We're just talking about one way. Just tuck all of this in here. You see this?
Cool.
You're not going to see any of this. And then when you go ahead and plant your stuff, you have a controlled environment. And that's what I like. Controlled environment. Don't messing around, y'all. Oh my. We got a bunch of fools around here with these too fast and too furious cars. They want to drive around and step on the gas. The area has really blown up. And I gotta say honestly, all of Florida has really grown up. And it's crazy the way they're building here. I mean, 4 years ago when we came here, there was nothing around here. Now you got idiots like that thinking they're too fast and too furious. And it's crazy. So, but that's okay. We can deal with it. So what I'm gonna do here now, guys, since I figured I'd come into the end of the rope, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead
Let's slice it.
and I'm gonna slice and dice this right here. See that? Yeah. And I'm just gonna fit that into place right there and tuck this. And then nobody is gonna know the difference. I'm gonna do the same thing with this here. I'm gonna pull it up, get me a look-see on where I should go, and then just come in here like this. Just pull it out. Make me a nice little hole. Not a gaping hole, just something that I can get the tube right around there where it's nice and fixed. And I don't have to worry about
It's nicely
anything.
in that hole.
And if it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back. But in the meantime, I have all of this here tucked in, y'all. And when I wanna water it and not worry about any weeds coming through, this is where I'm at. So I'm gonna go ahead, push this last bit right down here like, and wait until this commences to get into place, and then after it's all done, I'm gonna set it up with the 2000 Vibe Max. If y'all don't know what that is, go ahead and look down below it, or if not, better yet, I'll let you surprise yourself by putting it down in the comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here just to hold this down. This way when windstorms come, I don't have any problem with the wind lifting up our stuff. In the meantime, we'll be able to grow really nice items in here, such as raspberries, blackberries. We're gonna go ahead and put a couple of these boxes in as we find the material, because after all, we are do-it-yourself in it here. And that's the whole thing. It's to do it yourself and just show people how to do it cheaply. So now, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Come on over here to these things. These here are raspberries. So, and they come from our friends over at the Home Depot. And they're easy to plant. From what I understand, they can all come in a little package of dirt. So what we're gonna do is, when you get these from Home Depot, they roughly run about $12.95, $98. Okay, they're GMO free. But when you get these, the first thing that you should do is I like to go ahead and I like to cut me back just a nipple. Yeah, I just like to hit this right on the side. You see that? I like to hit that. Just like that. Okay? And then when I do, is I'll come in and I'll make my inserts. Right like so. See that? I'll make my inserts right there. And then I'll just move this back with my hands. You see that?
Oh yeah.
I'll just move that all the way back. So I'm cutting all of these little holes out where I want to put my raspberry bushes. And at the same time, I'm moving this out of the way. And what I do is I make me a nice little hole with this compost. Right? And I'll also come up on the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so as you can see, I have all of the holes done in place. So what I want to do now is I want to add a little bit of moisture. What I'll do here, I'll take a little bit of water and I'll put some in there and I wet that all up. Don't be afraid to get it wet, because you got to remember, these plants, since you're moving them around, are going into shock a little bit. So now is when you want to take these guys out. You want to ever so lightly pull them out of here. You want to make sure you don't mess up your root ball, because if you do that, you have a tendency of messing them up. So what I'll do here is I'll just break this bottom piece. See that?
Very nice.
This way the roots can come right through. You see that? And then I just put that in there like so, and then I pull this up. Now I'll go ahead and I'll put this back in here, and I'll put that right down. Yep, so Look at that there. As you can see, we have other ones coming right up out of the ground now. Look at that, huh? Full root and everything.
That's jabby, Yohan.
Yeah, man. And what I do with the extra stuff is I go ahead and I just put it right alongside. And that helps hold everything down. And what I'll do here now is I'll go ahead and I'll submerge that. There we go, put that there, and then what I'll do is I'll come right behind it and give it a little bit of wetness. And that's it, y'all. That's all she wrote. Now, y'all are wondering if you're gonna get your hands dirty. All gardeners will get their hands dirty, y'all. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll wash this off. And that's it. Put this down here. Get rid of your garbage. And we'll move on to the next event. Stand by, guys. What is up, guys? I guess we're out here by this box here. You know, I've been wanting to put stuff in. Like the other day I put in some raspberries. These here seem to be doing okay. Not too sure about these fellas here, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some other stuff in here for now, just for the time being, because I want to get it out of these cups, you know. This way that they'll grow, and I can take off cuttings as they grow, you know. This here is dill. We'll go ahead and put this right up in here like so. And let me pull out this out a little bit more. I've made all of this dirt, so this dirt is nice and fertile. If you remember from that other video I did, we put all of the fish poop and everything inside of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these on this side here. I'm just putting these in here for now because I don't have any other place to put them, and I want to make sure that I have them in the ground. This way I don't have any problem with them at all dying on me. You know, you don't want them to die, so I just go ahead and put this stuff in the ground. It's always good to have your own vegetables, guys, because in the end you don't have to go to the store and buy this stuff. And you know, with the prices in the store nowadays, oh my goodness, guys. You know, what I like to do is I like to give these a little bit of water
Water in it.
inside of that hole.
Nice.
And put that up in there. I'll leave that right there because I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna put this right here too. So, I don't know, y'all have gardens at your house? Go ahead and put it in the comments below. See if you guys, where you're at, make sure you tell us where you're at, because it's always good to know different regions of where people are watching us from. It's always nice. Boy, this soil is cooked off real good.
It
Like.
looks very nice.
Yeah, it's got all them nutrients in it for sure. And I'll just go ahead and put this right up in the ground. Want to make sure you got a little water up in there. This way they don't get into shock. And you go ahead and put this backfill back in there. And that's how that'll work, guys. And let's put some of this in here. Yeah, and see if we can give these guys a little bit of water.
Water the raspberry.
These guys and these guys. Let's go ahead and put this in the ground too. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put them completely on this side. And I'll go ahead and I'll cut me a hole right here, like right here. Come right up in here like that. And then I'll just pull me, man, this dirt, it's unbelievably warm. That tells you that it's fertilizing good. You want to make sure you got a nice spot for all your stuff here. Now when you're getting these things here, you know, a lot of these places want to go ahead and, you know, put them in these really nice pots. But what I do is I save those, and then I just go ahead and I'll break up the bottom here like so. Because you want to make sure that these roots,
You want to make it loose.
well, you want to make sure that they go ahead and they spread evenly. So what I like to do here is I'll dig me out a bunch of dirt here. This way I have a nice spot to put these in. And then I can give that a little bit of water. Right, and I'll go ahead and I'll just put this right here. Give it a little bit of backfill. And then come up on the other side over here. You're probably wondering, what am I going to do with all of this dirt? Well, you'll see. I'll take it out of here because I'm going to use it. I'll go ahead and cut this side. And not exactly easy when you put this fabric down. So what I like to do here, pull this back, pull that back. Remember I was telling you before, just like we did. But that's okay because remember that bucket that I had over there?
Oh yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is the same thing here. But I'm just gonna pull this out to the side and I'm just gonna add this to that. This way, I don't have an abundance of this stuff laying around and I can always use it elsewhere. So keep on adding this stuff to that. Add a little water, like so. All right, and then same thing. Break that up a little bit and make sure that is all easy up.
Right in the hole.
And we're gonna come right up in here. A little bit of backfill, just like we did. And then some more water.
Very cool. Water it up.
Yeah. So with this mint here, we'll do the same thing. This here you gotta give this a little bit of time to pep up because it's not as hardy as the rosemary.
It smells very nice.
Yeah, it does. And it's also a natural bug repellent. And it works out really well. So these are some of the things that we're going to be doing here. I guess there's a couple of different planters I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to be putting in a couple of more, I guess, all down in this aisle here. And there's just so much that we've been doing here. Everybody here is doing well. Hey, what's happening, guys? The dinosaurs are really doing good. And they're always looking for food, always. Let's see if we can give them a little bit. So, I usually give these guys a little bit of food in the morning. and then at night, because they like to fill up crops, you know. It's a good thing that you give them food at night, because when it gets a little chilly, they're able to have, you know, a nice full crop. You know, they fill that whole bag up in there. Hey, what's happening? They fill that whole bag up in there, in their throat, and they don't eat it right away. They sit there and they chow down on little particles of it, you know, and that's how that they process it. Until then, I guess we're going to be showing you some other stuff here. As you know, we put in the new the cat cages over here. We took apart the old cage that we had because they were pretty cheesy. So what we did is we went ahead and took, you know, since we're invasive species removal agents, we use, you know, live heart traps. You know, those have a heart traps. We use those. Well, you know, as they get older, we don't have anything to do with them. So what we did here is, as you can tell, come on guys, we put these traps up so that they can, you know, come down here freely. We're gonna go ahead and put these traps up throughout the whole thing and make all of these boardwalks for them, so they can go to and free, you know, as they wish. You know, they love going around and hanging out. These are some of the best little strays that I got, and you know, I love them so much. I couldn't even bear giving them away now, you know, because they're all
the best, Yohan.
Yeah, they're all part of the family now. Especially Queenie. She just loves life. She's sitting here and she's living the best life that she's ever had. You know, we give them food at all times. Hey, you know, they have a good time here, guys. So, but on to that note, you know, don't forget to put it down in the comments on where you think that we should build this bridge, because we're gonna come around. We're gonna come around the small house here, and we're gonna go around that way, and we're gonna figure out something there, you know, or maybe even through the black house. We just got finished changing out the water here. As you can see, I dumped I guess about 3 pounds of salt in there. You know, that actually soothes their skin, you know, and does that. It, you know, takes care of them well. All of our bok choy and everything is doing really good. Matter of fact, since I got you here, I think we'll go ahead and we'll process that. So we can pull all of them sprouts out, and we can utilize them for either A, for our salads, or to give to the animals. See, I come right through here and just pick these all up, man.
Awesome.
And these are great for salads. And you know, and the best part about these things, guys, is that they use these for cancer patients. And the thing is that these things go for about $14. $14 an ounce if you were to go buy these. Now, they're about $14 an ounce to go buy them. So I just come in here and I just pick them out, and you know, and put them on salads, and or give them to the animals. The animals love these guys. There's a awesome setup here. So and the thing is that they grow like this back within a couple of days, man. You know, they grow back like this in a couple of days. So you don't ever have to worry about a selection of these. You know, they just come, and that's it. You know, and they use these guys for cancer patients. Look up some of the things that these things do. They really help out. A lot of these alternate medicine companies are using these, you know, because they kill cancer cells. So that's what we're gonna do here. Gonna make a nice little salad out of these, and gonna probably go ahead and pick that bok choy tomorrow, and that's it. Anyway, we'll see you on the next adventure.
Thanks for coming to the video, everybody. Now's the time to like, comment, and subscribe to Sunset Aquatics on YouTube.